Hello, beautiful boss babes. Are you ready to chase life with Kelly? Well, I'm your host, Kelly Chase, and I'm so excited you're here. We are going to talk about all things love, dating, relationships, money mindset. We're going to dive deep into self-love, worthiness. I am going to bring on some incredibly empowering guests. We're going to have fun, we're going to laugh, and perhaps we're even going to shed some tears together. I am here to empower you, inspire you, and motivate you to create the life you crave. I am so excited for today's episode. Let's dive in. Hi, babes. Welcome back to the show. This is going to be a very short and sweet solo episode for us this week. I hope that you all had a lovely Memorial Day weekend, stayed safe, healthy, and just enjoyed time with your friends and family, or even if you just spent time by yourself. I hope that you really tuned into who you are and gave yourself the love and care and just attention and affection that your body may need right now. Sometimes, we go into like vacation mode when there's like a holiday weekend and we're like, we have to do all the things. And when I say vacation mode, because sometimes, we come back from a vacation, we're like, oh, I need a vacation from my vacation because you really weren't resting. So I hope that you're at least giving yourself some time to rest this week upcoming if you did not, rest this past weekend But anyway, so I wanted to do this solo episode because I haven't done one in a while, and I wanted to give you a little like update on some things, and because like we all need that. I know I have a lot of guests come on, and I hope that you all have been loving the podcast. I love hearing from you. So please send me an email, send me an Instagram DM, share the episodes, tag the guests that you're loving in your Instagram stories, on your Facebook, wherever. And so that I can reshare and grow this podcast even more, because I really do enjoy doing this. Truth be told, at the moment, and you guys know how raw and transparent I am, but at the moment, this is something that I do more or less like a hobby. I don't have any sponsors at the moment. So if you own a business and you want to sponsor this podcast, and put some ad spend behind it, that would be amazing. But I do this just because it feels good for me. And I think that that's the beautiful thing about anything that we do in life. Like when you really love what you do for work, or what for work, for your business, for your career, anything, like you should just want to do it because you know that it's creating impact out there. And that was one thing that, when I started my whole entrepreneurial journey years ago, I decided to leave the corporate space. I mean, yes, I've been in and out of the corporate space, but like the first time coming out of the corporate space, which was really scary, but also like so liberating, was because I was receiving messages from my coaching job, from my coaching business, saying like, I'm changing people's lives. People literally would be DMing me, like saying that, like, you're changing my life. I'm feeling so much better. I feel so much more confident in who I am as a person. And I feel sexy in front of my partner and all the things. So, and I never had heard that during my 9-to-5, and not to say that 9-to-5s can't create change in this world or anything like that, because they absolutely can, but you got to be in it. You got to be confident in what you're doing, and you have to be all in, in anything in life, any relationship. I looked at everything like a relationship. So we have a relationship with our career. We have a relationship to our business. We have a relationship to ourselves. Most importantly, we have a relationship to other people, to our food, our nutrition, our exercise, movement, spirituality, God, source, finances, all the things. We have relationships too. So if you aren't putting your best effort and your best foot forward in these situations, you got to ask yourself why. Like, you need to like take a step back, reassess, and be like, what am I doing here? What is the end goal? Why am I staying in this relationship? And it may not be a human to human relationship. It could be a career or a business relationship, or maybe a strategy that you've been using that you're like, I just don't feel aligned with this anymore. Why are you staying there? Why are you keeping yourself stuck? Is it fear? Is it fear of letting go? Is it fear of moving on? Is it fear of out succeeding someone in your life? Is it fear? It's usually all fear. So think about that. What are you afraid of? Why can't you let go? Why can't you pivot? Why can't you transition? So, anyways, I just want to share that with you. I always get lost in my rants. I'm like, what's the point of that? Anyways, but I just know that I'm doing this because I really love it and I want to continue to grow the podcast, but it is up to you as a listener, as my audience, as my beautiful, amazing, incredible audience. It is up to you to share these episodes to, so that we can create a ripple effect and really enlighten other people's lives. So I hope that you can help me do that. And yeah, one day we will get bigger and this podcast will grow and we'll have, I already have incredible guests on this podcast. So we just got to get some sponsorship behind us. So that would be great. But what I wanted to talk to you guys a lot more about today is, so I took time away. Like, I will say, and I'm going to be, again, fully transparent here. I've been health coaching since 2013. Like, I became certified as a holistic health coach in 2013 from the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. If anyone is ever interested in learning more about that program, please send me a DM on Instagram because I would love to share that information with you to help you become a health coach or a life coach and get into a very similar situation as me as far as impacting other people's lives. Like, it literally will change your life and others along the way. But I started that health coaching. I was in it for 5 years. And before I left that first corporate job and started to pursue it, like I said, because I was starting to receive the messages like, you're changing my life, blah, blah, blah. I was like, there's something to this. So I decided to leave and pursue the coaching stuff in 2017. And then in 2018, I was investing in masterminds and just various mentorships, podcasts, personal development. That was the year of the Great Awakening for me. The start of a Great Awakening. 2019 was even deeper into that. But, and ever since then, it's been a deeper and deeper awakening and spiritual evolution and all of that. But then we started filming in 2018, at the end of 2018, and it really rocked my world. I was put into a situation, that was extremely emotionally charged. And of course I was starting to, grow feelings for and really love the person that I was getting to know. And, despite, like I said, what you guys see on TV, sometimes it's not the whole true storyline of things. And as you guys know, there was a breakup essentially. And I just felt so distorted, broken, rejected. And I was not in a good place. And I would say that alone, plus some other things, I started to feel depressed. I remember in like May of 2019, I was walking with a friend and I was like, dude, I feel like I'm like depressed. And then I was like, whoa, I've never said that out loud before. I've never even admitted that. I've never even thought that. And it was just really interesting. So, depression, I think, feels different for everybody. Anxiety can look different for everybody as well. And, but anyway, so although I was able to work with some people from 2019, and then throughout the last 3 years, because, when Love is Blind aired, I was like, it would make sense for me to do maybe relationship coaching, because I have learned so many lessons of my own life experiences, but also I have worked with a handful of mentors in the self-love and relationship coaching aspect of things. And I've learned so much information and creating healthy boundaries and, all that. So I was like, maybe that's what I'll do. And so that's when I launched Rejection to Redemption and Goddess Magic. And those were two programs that, were intertwined into one another at some point. But I loved serving the women. I think I had 12 or 13 girls go through Goddess Magic, my first round back at the end of 2020. And it was just beautiful. And I've witnessed them, we're friends on Facebook and, I follow their journeys on Facebook or I follow their journeys on Instagram, and it's me. Or they'll reach out every once in a while and say, hey, I'm in a new relationship, or, hey, I got engaged. Or if it wasn't for learning the information from that program, then, I wouldn't be where I am today. Anyway, but I wasn't 100% consistent with the marketing and all of that. And again, I'm just being transparent with you guys because this is the beautiful thing. I'm not going to ever act like I'm above, and I'm never going to act like I'm further along in my journey than anyone else. Like, this is where I'm at in my business. It has to have a system. It has to have a structure. And, like I said, over the last few years, it just didn't have that. It did not have the system and structure. And granted, I was trying to do like all kinds of things while I was, feeling like was having some type of identity crisis. It was just a lot. So, and the pressures from the show and just everything, it was just a lot. So I know that I was not able to truly serve even the girls that were working with me more intimately, like one-on-one. I felt like it was great, but I also knew that there were parts of me that were, I fully couldn't show up for them. And I know that I did a little of a disservice for some of them. I'm not saying everyone. And maybe that's my own criticism. Maybe they think that they, had the best experience ever. And I hope that, but I know that I was not fully 100% showing up, on maybe some days on some of our coaching calls. So, and I get it. We're not always going to be on 100% all the time, but, what I recognize though, so starting this new position, my new 9-to-5 that I'm working, which I really, really enjoy doing. Again, I'm working with orthopedic company, but I work with attorneys, and it's really fun just getting out and about, meeting new people every single day. Obviously, I like talking to people. Obviously, I like connecting with. I am a huge social butterfly. I feel like good, high vibrational people just really impact my soul. And I just want to be around them, like feed off of each other. Right. It's like light sees light. But I don't feel like I have been exercising all of my skills, my knowledge, and my talents. And therefore, this company reached out to me like 3 months ago and pitched an idea to me. And I was like, oh my God, okay, this sounds really good, and something that I could do and something that I could fully show up for, because it is what I've been wanting to do, in a lot of ways. So I felt like getting back into health coaching and life coaching and mindset coaching was what I really wanted to start doing, but I needed support. I needed help doing this. Okay. Because if you've ever started to run a business, if you're doing it by yourself, it can be very difficult, because you're like, oh my God, I literally am everything. You're the marketing manager, you're the CFO, you're the CEO, you're operations, you're everything, content creator, like you're literally doing all the things. So I do have a virtual assistant, and I love my virtual assistant team. They help me with this podcast editing. They help me put they do all the videos, they do all the editing, they send out the weekly newsletter. I just have to go in and pretty much like approve things. And I freaking love that, like I am an advocate of show up for your zone of genius, because that is where you're really good. And then outsource your things that you're not good at, that you're like, yeah, we could all sit here and learn, but if you really have if it's not in alignment with like your future role, like why? Like hire the people that's their zone of genius. So that's what I do. Trade time for money. I don't want to. Like, I want to like excel and keep impacting lives, and that's where I'm at. Right. So anyways, with that being said, I have I'm working with this company for creating this health coaching platform, this health coaching space that I could get back into it while they're helping out with the back end of things. And I am absolutely so excited about that. So I'm going to share, a little bit about why, I get it. Some of y'all have been listening to this podcast for forever, but I just want to start helping people again in a different way, like I said, and start using my skills, talents, and knowledge that I have learned not only from life experiences, but from the last, since 2018. So 5 years of mentorships. I'm talking probably close to $100,000 worth of investments that I have made. Maybe not. Maybe 75,000, but regardless, it's been a lot of money, and I would say, yeah, maybe it is probably close to $100,000 that I have invested personally into mentorship, into specialists, because the mentorship, yes, I've worked with business coaches, relationship coaches, financial coaches, mindset coaches, health coaches myself. I have also worked with some therapists. I have worked with some psychotherapists. I have worked with going to acupuncturists myself and functional medicine doctors, where I am actually learning information that I can take with me and share with you guys as I'm integrating it and embodying it and putting it and into my life and actually becoming a product of the product. So, my backstory about why I do the health coaching is because I was in a place where I lost like probably close to 10 pounds. I went from like 109 pounds down to 99 pounds. And this is not about the weight. I'm just using these numbers as a shock factor. Okay. 99 pounds. We shouldn't be that size. Okay. We should not be that tiny. I'm 5'2". I've always been very petite. So yes, genetics do play a role into my physique and my body. But when I share images of me, that is not to make anyone jealous. It is not to say, hey, if you do this, you can look like this. Because again, this is genetics and it is my body physique. Okay. But what I do want to inspire you through my pictures, through videos, through past, posts and things like that, is to inspire you that we have to work hard. We have to work and put some action and love and support and care into who we are as human individuals so that we can produce the result that we are looking for. And what is the result, guys? No, it's not losing weight. That's a byproduct. It is actually feeling really, really good about ourselves. It's about loving ourselves. It's about putting boundaries in place to be like, no, I love you, but I love myself more. I love you, but I love myself more. That is a fucking healthy boundary that you put into place. And it comes from loving heart space. And we all need that. We need loving heart space actions that are put into place. Okay. So if we have to leave a job, it's not about them. It's because you have to do something that is going to light your soul up even more than maybe your previous career. Maybe it's going to give you more money, or maybe it's going to give you more time back with your children. Whatever the case may be, you have to fucking focus on what you want in life. You have one life to live, so you need to go do it, right? So this is a part of my journey, is me sitting in here wanting to help other women and men essentially too feel happier, love themselves, radically freaking love themselves. So a part of that, like I said, I've teamed up with this app. I had lost 10 pounds. I was at 109 pounds. I lost 10 pounds because I started restricting my diet. This was 2014, 2013. So 10 years ago was my last long-term relationship. We broke up in 2013, ended that relationship around September, October. I decided, oh, hell, I'll just go ahead and start working out like I'm doing a bikini competition and eating like I'm doing a bikini competition. And therefore I lost 10 pounds because I went into an extreme caloric deficit. But then all of a sudden I went from 99 pounds to 115 or 118. Y'all, I remember these and I'm literally, I see this weight on my scale. I'm seeing these pictures of this weight on my scale. And I was 115, 118. I've never weighed that before. What's going on? And it just kept going and going and going. And so I kept working out more. I was Googling things at night. How do I lose weight fast? What do I need to do? And it's sprint on the treadmill, superset your workouts, lift heavy, yada, yada, yada. And I'm fuck that. But I got to do it because that's what they are telling me that's what I should be doing. Oh my God. Little did I know it was putting so much stress on my body. Plus I'm completely under eating. I was either completely under eating or maybe binge eating sometimes. I would buy a box of cookies and I would inhale the box in one sitting or maybe two sittings, but regardless, it was not 2 cookies a day. It was 10. So I had disordered eating, and I was obsessively working out. It was an eating disorder, I would say. So then at the end of 2015, my 30th birthday, 2015, I weighed the most that I ever had. So from 99 pounds to 138, I saw on the scale. So 40 pounds, essentially 30 to 40 pounds I had gained. And granted, I didn't want to be close to that 99. So let's just say 30 pounds I had gained from the 110 area, which again is my normal natural weight that I'm around. Anyways, it was terrible. It was awful. And I remember sitting on my closet floor the day, multiple days, but my 30th birthday in particular. And I was like, I had borrowed a dress from a friend and I was like, if this doesn't fit me, I have fucking nothing to wear to my 30th birthday party. I didn't have the financial mindset that I do now to like, be like, oh, Kelly, maybe you should have gone out and tried to like find a new dress. I was like so restrictive with everything, fucking everything. Restricted, holding on to the money. It's like I didn't want to like spend my money because it's like I was losing something that I had because I was already losing so much. I had already lost so much in my life. Like I lost a boyfriend. I wasn't, the dating scene was terrible at this point. I was so distraught, so broken. I just was so broken. I just felt so broken. But I remember, like I said, sitting on my floor crying again, multiple times, nothing fit me. And I was like, I don't want to fucking, not be able to fit in this dress. But on those other days when I was like sitting on my floor crying in my closet, I was like, I don't want to wear a pair of leggings or another maxi dress. I don't want to wear something flowy. I want to wear something fucking tight. And it's so funny because like nowadays you guys see me online and I'm like in tight shit, crop tops and all the things. Cause I'm like, yeah, I'm going to fucking flaunt my shit because I have worked hard for this and I have gone through the freaking ringer, lots of tears. And it's not about the physical thing. It's not necessarily, it was not always ever only about nutrition and fitness. It was the spirituality. I have such a beautiful relationship with God, source, universe, whoever you connect with most. But my relationship with God and universe is beautiful, and nature. I love being out in nature. My relationships have become more beautiful because of the work that I have put into this. And it's a true testament to that. I've done a lot of healing work around all of this, people pleasing, being the fixer, the disordered eating, of course. Like, I mean, I am working with a functional medicine doctor right now. And she was like, we need to get you on the autoimmune protocol diet because you have leaky gut. And we really have to really focus on your healing your gut and your liver. And I told her I just went for my follow-up appointment the other day or yesterday morning. And it was so beautiful because she's like, literally we spent hours talking about things. And like, what doctor does that, right? What normal medical doctor does that? None, because they have to like pump their clients in and out of the freaking office. No, you go to a functional medicine doctor where you can sit there. I mean, yeah, there's going to be some time limits or whatever, but I think that the difference is they allot like an hour, right? Or maybe 2 hours or something like that with your patients. And especially if they don't have like a patient right afterwards, then they can see you maybe a little bit longer. So I just love that about functional integrative specialist. Anyways, but I told her, I was like, I haven't been 100% consistent to the autoimmune protocol diet. And I have drank alcohol. I was like, I don't like feeling restrictive because of the fact that I've experienced disordered eating in my past. And I just don't like that limitation and restriction. And although, yes, it is a mindset shift, and that is what I am trying to do, is say things like, instead of saying, I can't have this, say things like, I don't do that, or I choose not to. Like it's literally a choice. And so that it has been helpful. So anyone else that is struggling with anything, when you feel so restricted, just try and be aware of the language that you use and the thoughts that you're thinking, and try to shift it to, I choose not to eat this. Like, it's funny because there are things that I like just don't eat. Like, I don't go buy, corn on the cob. I don't buy tomatoes because I know that they haven't like worked with me in a while. Like, they just don't. I'll eat them every once in a while, like caprese salad. I do like, and I don't feel like the tomatoes bother me, but it's like tomato sauce and stuff. So it's like, I don't really like buy those things on a regular basis. So there's certain things, or having coffee or having regular pizza. Like, it's like I chose years ago not to have those things because they didn't feel good for me. Right. Like, they actually gave me a really bad reaction. So I'm like, I don't do it. And it's a choice, and it's okay. But anyways, yeah, just try and use that language more. It's like, it's a choice. I don't do it versus I can't. So it feels a lot better. But regardless, I was telling her that, and so in that session, she was just helping me to understand really like the importance that, like, hey, well, that's okay. We're not going to do so restrictive, but so let's give you some supplements, or let's give you some food options that are going to help support your gut lining so that you're healing and making better choices, whether you're making 100% great choices or not. Even if I told her, I was like, I like to drink alcohol. I like the buzz. I don't drink all the time. I drink socially, and I have been okay just having like Pellegrino or water even when I'm out socially. But there are times when I'm just like, man, it's like a beautiful day. I just want to have a little buzz. And she was like, well, then we'll get you some supplements to help support that. So she gave me like liver C, cod oil, like, what is it? Cod oil, codfish oil, something like that. And then obviously a bunch of like enzymes and various things to support those things. So I don't know. And glutamine, we're adding glutamine, as well. And it should start helping with things, but I do have to be more diligent with that. All of that to say, okay, I'm going to start wrapping this up because I always say long story short and it becomes even longer. But anyway, so what started to change things for me when I had gained all of that weight? And again, I was restricting and obsessively working out, and I was working a lot, and I had, really, I was losing myself in guys. Like, I want y'all to understand, like, it's not just nutrition and fitness. Like, everything was affecting me. And because of my nutrition, it's because, it's almost like because I was so restrictive with my nutrition and my fitness that I was projecting onto everything else. I was like, well, I can't have this. So I'm going to do all the things here, and I'm going to date all the guys here, and I'm going to make out with all the guys here, and I'm going to do all the things. You know what I mean? It's like, I was so fucking disconnected from my inner self. It was just a chaotic mess. It was a chaotic mess. But as someone reached out to me, she was a Beachbody coach. I know sometimes some of you will reach out and you're like, hey, do you still do Beachbody coaching? And I'm like, I don't do Beachbody coaching, but I do their programs. I've been using Beachbody since 2015 off and on. I freaking love it. But anyways, fact of the matter is I started going through one of their programs, and I learned it was 30-minute workouts. That was it. And versus the hour to 2 hours that I was spending in the gym. And also I was eating more food, and it was scary at first because I was like, I'm going to eat more food, but my body quickly got acclimated. Like, I was like going from 600 to 800 calories a day to like 1,200, literally like doubling the amount of food that I was eating. And my body was like, oh my God, thank you. And I started to lose weight. Guys, I started to lose the weight, working out less, eating more healthy foods. Keep that in mind, healthy whole foods, nutrient-dense whole foods. And I started to lose the weight. I felt better. My body started to relax a bit. I mean, granted, I still had some like pretty fucking high cortisol levels, and I was working with an acupuncturist. I guess I started working with an acupuncturist like a year and a half later in 2017. But because there were certain things that were still like, I couldn't shake these last bit of weight. And the acupuncturist 2017, he's like, okay, like basically I had helped my nutrition and fitness aspect, but like everything else was still jacked up because I wasn't honing in. I didn't understand it at that time. So I had like still no spiritual connection. I was working multiple jobs. And I was really, really lost in dating guys, like losing myself completely. So those areas of my life they were stressing me out. So I got the food and the physical fitness thing dialed in, and that was no longer a stressor, but it was everything else that was stressing me out. So my cortisol was crazy and through the roof. I had lost probably, 10 to 15 pounds, but it was like that last 10 to 15 pounds that I could not shake. So started with working with the acupuncturist. He's like, you need to even slow down more. Like I would do maybe like very, very low impact strength training or yoga. Go outside and walk, put your feet in grass and ground yourself. Like no high intensity workouts, things like that. But anyway, so all that to say, eating more, working out less, it actually helped me. And so what I'm doing right now, I'm working with this company, this health coaching app, basically, and I launched this the other day on Instagram. But basically, what we will do is you're going to join. Hopefully you guys can join this. I know this comes out well, today it's Monday. But yeah, you guys send me a message on Instagram, like ASAP, so that we can get you in, because we will start this week. And if not, then we'll get you in on another round, but go ahead and join the waitlist. I'm going to drop it in the show notes, the link, so that you can sign up for this coaching program. So I'm so excited. Like I said, I have the structure and I have the system behind me, backing me. I have a whole team of people that are going to be really helping us with this. But what this is, it's basically curated. If you're struggling, if my story resonates with you at all, or if you're struggling with weight loss, body image, self-confidence, toning up, strengthening yourself, feeling more fucking alive for your children, for your family, for your partner, for your friends and your family, feeling just really good about yourself. Like, bottom line, we just want to feel really good for yourself. And that's okay to want that. Like, it's not selfish. That is so selfless to want to feel good. Okay. We need to feel good. We don't want to be walking around from now until we die feeling like shit. Right. So we want to feel really good. So what this is, we have, it's extreme accountability. So it's customized nutrition and workout plans, and you will have one-on-one communication with me. So we do weekly check-ins, but also you have like 24/7 messenger support or 24/5 messenger support. So, at the end of, periodically throughout the week, I'll be checking those messages and responding to you. So if you have a question about whether it's a workout, a meal plan, your relationships, your finances, your business, your career, your spirituality, your just self-care stuff, like, hey, Cal, I feel like pretty dialed in on the nutrition and the workouts, but I'm having a really hard time with my relationship. My partner, I think he's cheating on me or something like that, or I'm just having a really hard time communicating with someone, or I feel really stuck in my job. Like, let's fucking talk about it on the app, right? Like, let's talk about it and dive deeper. So you're gonna have a customized nutrition and workout plans, so one-on-one communication and messenger support with me, and you're gonna have progress tracking and accountability check-ins. Like I said, the check-ins. So I'm going to give you the tools that you need to become the healthiest, happiest version of you. So I am really, really excited to offer this again. And like I said, I now have the support for the consistency, so that we have this, and I will be able to show up fully 100% for you, because I will be doing this from my zone of genius, doing the check-ins, connecting with you, helping you understand your self-sabotaging behaviors, why those are happening. I am so excited to offer this. So if you are, like I said, struggling and you are looking to just feel fucking good again, like, please check the show notes or send me a DM on Instagram at Chase Life with Kelly, and let's get you signed up for this app, and we'll get started on your beautiful journey. I want to help you feel fabulous. Feel. That is what it is about. So, but yeah, if you have any questions, anything, send me a DM on Instagram, but link to this waitlist is in the show notes, and or send me a DM and I will send it to you. And I'm so excited, and I love you guys. Happy Monday. Have an incredible freaking week. And see you online. Love you. Bye. If you loved this episode, please download, share, rate, and review. If you are ready to step into that next level version of you and grow your business and bank account, it's time to unleash your goddess magic and chase life with Kelly. You can start this epic expansion journey by diving into the Goddess Magic course bundle found at chaselifetogether.com. Please connect with me on Instagram at Chase Life with Kelly. Join the Chase Life with Kelly Facebook community and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Till next time, create the life you crave, babe, and chase life with Kelly.